Hi guys, welcome to today's video. I hope you all had a beautiful day and a fantastic week. So today we are going to continue with my little mini series about the most underrated players of each team in the divisions. Today we are going to have a look at the Central Divisions, who of course have the Chicago Bulls, Cleveland Cavaliers, Detroit Pistons, Indiana Pacers and the Milwaukee Bucks. And guys, if you do like this content, if you like the video, please consider leaving a like. It would help me out a lot, or maybe even write a comment what you think about those players. If I should have picked somebody else, what you think about it. I would love to get into conversation with you guys. We are starting off with the Chicago Bulls. Of course, they are in this weird spot where they are about around the 9th place in the league, and it's unclear if they make the playoffs, if they make the play-ins. A lot of people would have wished they made more trades at the trade deadline for their stars like DeMar DeRozan, Nikola Vucevic, Alex Caruso and others. And actually, they are pretty average, a pretty average team. And I want to talk about Alex Caruso, who is definitely one of the better players from them. He's 30 years old right now. He of course went undrafted out of Texas A&M. 6 years of experience, some years with the Lakers and now with the Bulls since a couple of seasons. He's averaging about, this season he played in 55 games, 27 minutes, 10 points, 46% from the field, 38% from the 3-point line with about 5 attempts, so very solid there. 78% from the free throw line and a very solid 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 turnover, almost 1.5 steals and more than 1 block a game. Of course, the defense is the most important thing when we talk about Alex Caruso. He's just a hustler. He's a very lengthy guy who is very athletic and just would help every contender in this league to win more playoffs game, in my opinion. I always wish he would have signed with a team like the Warriors. I could really have seen the fit there. But he decided to stay, or the Bulls decided to keep him, and now he's kind of stuck in no man's land. He is already 30 years old, so he probably will decrease a little, and it would have just been the perfect time, in my opinion, to move him at the trade deadline. He is also on a very team-friendly contract. He's eating up about 7% from the salary cap of the Bulls, which is in this season almost 10 million, 9.5 million. Next season 9.8 million, and then becomes an unrestricted free agent in 2025. He's then 31 years old. I don't know. I still hope that he gets a chance, maybe with a team like the Warriors or the Nuggets. And I would be really happy. It's such a nice story. Undrafted, making it to LA now with the Bulls, and let's just hope he can continue and maybe even win a championship. I would really love that and be very happy about that. So the next guy I want to talk about is on the Cleveland Cavaliers. Of course, the Cavaliers are doing very solid. They're second in the Eastern Conference. Everything looks good, especially the defense. Mobley Allen killing it. But the player I decided to go with is Sam Merrill. Sam Merrill came out of nowhere. He has been in the league for a couple of years with Milwaukee, Memphis, and now with Cleveland. He is out of Utah. He was a shooter there, but just the first couple of years didn't really work out. He came in like with 24 years old, and the first season he did get to play 30 games with the Milwaukee Bucks, and then the next season 6, and then the last season 5. But this season, age 27 with the Cavs, he's played in 45 games, averaging about 16 minutes. And of course, we all know that he's a very good shooter, one of the very best in the league. He is shooting about almost 6 threes a game and making 42%, so very, very good numbers. The two-point percentage is also at 41%, also very high. A lot of two-pointers come from the mid-range, and he is giving you about 2 rebounds, 1.5 assists, and no blocks, pretty much no steal. and 8 points per game. I think he's underrated because, yeah, just a very solid role player who can defend a little but just shoot the heck out of every game. He's some games he's so hot he hardly misses. He had this nice stretch where he just kept shooting and the teams kept feeding him. Especially together with Allen and Mobley on the court, I really love that they have an option who can just knock down 3-pointers. Of course, he's also on a very nice team-friendly contract. This year he's making about 2 mil, which is 1.47% of the team's salary. So yeah, very good role player who gets so many minutes. Next season is not guaranteed, 2.1 million, and then 2025 season at age 29 he becomes an unrestricted free agent. And yeah, like I said, I really like the player. I would definitely love to keep seeing him on the Cavs. I think it's the perfect fit for him there. And yeah, if the Cavs keep going so strong, he will be a very important player in the playoffs as well. Alright guys, next team up is the Detroit Pistons, of course my favorite team. And what can I say, it was not easy to pick an underrated player there because the team is doing so bad. I do think some individual players made some progress. I definitely think Kate Cunningham looks better, Jalen Duren looks better, Simone Fontecchio looks better since the trade from Utah. Simone actually was somebody I was almost taking for this video, but I decided to go with the big man out of Memphis, Jalen Duren. He's been just very impressive, especially on the defensive part of the games, but also can get some nice offensive rebounds. He looks very solid. His body is definitely not like a 20-year-old, like he looks so strong, kind of a Ben Wallace type of body. Of course, the Pistons took them in last year's draft with the 13th pick, so he out of Memphis, so he has 1 year experience, 6'10", 250 pounds, 20 years old, still very young. He was the youngest player in last year's draft, so yeah, he's still very young. He did play in 48 games this season, averaging about 30 minutes, so it's fun to see him getting minutes. Almost 14 points. Last year he was down at 9, so there's an improvement there. 62% from the field, no 3-pointer attended, and then the 12 rebounds a game. Last year it was already 9 as a rookie. This year even up to 12. Definitely reminds me of Andre Drummond. He was maybe better, but let's see where Durant gets. He's still so young. And 2.6 assists, that's actually one part of his game which also is underrated. Nobody talks about it, but some of his passes to the cutters are very solid. 2 turnovers, like the whole team struggling with that, especially Kate leading the way on that one. Almost a block a game, and just a very solid body language on the court. I would say a hustler who tries to get after every ball, and it's just a lot of fun to see him. When he was hurt, I was definitely worried that Isaiah Stewart in my eyes is just not that kind of player who should be a starter. I think he should be a solid backup. As a starter, I don't like him too much. So yeah, we definitely need Duren, and I'm excited to see what the future brings for him and if he can rebound like Andre Drummond. Alright guys, next team up is the Indiana Pacers. Of course, we all know a very young, exciting team to watch, led by Tyrese Haliburton, Benedict Mathurin, Miles Turner. They brought in Pascal Siakam, a very fast-playing team who is not defending, but is the first with the offensive points per game. And yeah, today I don't want to talk about one of these star players. I want to talk about a very solid role player who I think is very underrated. He's a smart player, he's a very good ball handler, he can make crazy drives under the basket and nobody is able to stop him. He is nice at the defensive side of the court as well. He gets some nice steals. I know that some people call him TJ McSteal. He is 31 years old, out of Arizona, 8 years in the league now. He played some years in Philadelphia and is now with the Pacers, the backup point guard. And like I said, I think a very important piece for their game. This season he has played in 53 games, about 17 minutes per game, averaging 9 points, 55% from the field, 29% from the 3-point line, but only attend 1 3-pointer a game, so not a big deal there. From the free throw line, 77%. He gets you 2.6 rebounds and a very solid 5.5 assists per game, a steal per game, but also 1.5 turnovers a game. And like I said, just a nice hustler, somebody who is in my eyes very underrated. Nobody talks about him, but somebody who makes crazy fun passes, and yeah, in my opinion, a very solid role player. And yeah, he just got actually a nice contract in the 2021 season. Right now he's making 8.7 million a year, which is about 6.4% from the Pacers salary cap. So for a backup point guard, I think it's alright. Next time it's only part guaranteed with 9.3 million. He's 32 years old at that time. And yeah, the 2025 season he becomes an unrestricted free agent at age 33. And yeah, he definitely has a couple of more very solid seasons in him, in my opinion. So with the last team, we of course have the Milwaukee Bucks in this video, who have been doing very good. Of course, the change to Doc Rivers is kind of weird. I know he is from that area, but yeah, so far it does not have looked great in my opinion. With Adrian Griffin it was much better, but we don't want to talk about this. They're still going to make the playoffs and probably a deep run in the playoffs, even if that's questionable if Doc Rivers is the right coach for that. But like I said, let's not talk about this one. We do want to have a look at a very nice role player. He's not a starter, he's a forward, number 9, the fan favorite Bobby Portis, scary eye. He of course is out of Kansas. He was taken in the 2015 draft with the 22nd pick by the Chicago Bulls. Of course, then also played some games in Washington and New York, but he's been with Milwaukee for the last couple of years. He's 29 years old, 6'10", 250 pounds, and yeah, like out of Arkansas, 8 years of experience. And this season he has played in 64 games, so he's always available. 24 minutes a game, averaging 13 points, 50% from the field, 38% from the 3-point line. That's something he also improved on. 79% from the free throw line, a very nice 7 points, 7 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 turnover, 1 steal, have a block a game. And it's just a perfect energetic guy off the bench. When he comes in, he brings the whole building on fire some games, and I think every team would love to have somebody like him. And yeah, just underrated in a sense of course, maybe he's not the best basketball player. Of course, they have Dame and Giannis and Brooke and others, but yeah, I think those kind of players, like I said with TJ McConnell, they are kind of the heart of the team. Like, they keep everybody involved, they keep everybody healthy, they run the show, they are probably very important in the locker room. And yeah, if we look at his contract, this season he makes about 11.7 million. That's 8.6% of the cap, so that is solid, I think, for such a good player. Next season is also guaranteed with 12.5 million. The 2025 season is a player option with 13.4 million, and then in 2026 at age of 31 he becomes a unrestricted free agent. So definitely interesting if he's going to keep if he's going to take that player option, or if he wants to get paid another year, maybe with a different team. I don't know. What do you think? Is he going to have the same input on another team and the same status that he has with the Bucks? I think he is, yeah, a fan's favorite, and that is a situation where you just maybe get once a life, once a career. So yeah, it would be nice if he stays and retires as a Buck at some point of his career. But anyway, guys, those are my 5 players. I would really be interested in your thoughts on it. What do you think about my players? Would you have taken any other players? Would be really nice if you can get into a little conversation. So would really appreciate it if you write a comment or leave a like. And I love you guys. See you at the next one.